Coming up on this week's episode, baseball takes on Florida. This is Capital City Sports. What is up? Welcome to Capital City Sports. I'm your host, Stan Smith. Friday night, the Gamecocks opened their weekend series with the Florida Gators. Let's take it to Pat Cloney with the analysis.
Gamecock Baseball took on the Florida Gators in Game 1 of a 3-game set from Carolina Stadium on Friday night. The two teams were tied at the top of the SEC East heading into the matchup. With a pair of aces headed to the mound, this one looked to be a duel from the start. Gamecocks came into this one with a record of 28-5 on the year, but were tied with the Gators at the top of the East with a 7-5 conference record. The action gets off to a quick start in the top of the first as Taylor Gushew lines the Jordan Montgomery offering into left center for an RBI single, and the Gators lead 1-0. But Montgomery would recover quickly. He strikes out Braden Matson moments later to end the inning. Jordan getting a little help from his defense in the top of the second. Check out this diving catch by Connor Bright in right field. We might see that one again later this month in Topcock Plays. And Montgomery, well, he took over from there. He strikes out 2 Gators in the 4th and another in the 5th. The South Carolina ace finished with 8 strikeouts in 7 innings. The Gamecock bats finally woke up in the 5th as Tanner English laces this pitch into left field for a single, putting 2 runners on for Joey Pancake. And Pancake bounces a swinging bunt back to the mound, but Logan Shore opts for the play at second, and that's a bad idea with Tanner English running. Bases loaded for Marcus Mooney, and the squeeze! Perfectly executed. Shore has no play but to first, and the Gamecocks tie the game at 1. And that set the stage for Mr. Clutch himself. Grayson Griner next to the plate, and he delivers. Griner knocks a 2 RBI single into right center, and the Gamecocks take their first lead of the night. Montgomery would run into some trouble in the 7th. Casey Turgeon gives his ball a ride, but Connor Bright makes his second big play of the night to keep Carolina on top. With the aces night done, Cody Mincy started the 8th, and he had some control issues. He walks 2 Gators to lead it off, and his night was done in a hurry. Joel Seddon in for the save early, but that would be no problem for him. He gets Zach Powers to bounce one to second for the 4-6-3 double play. Bottom of the frame, Gamecocks add a little insurance courtesy of Kyle Martin. He bounces an RBI single into center, and the lead is now 4-1. And that's all Joel Seddon would need. He closes out the 9th with ease, inducing the bouncer back to the mound to close it out. USC takes the opening game of the series. They improve to 8-5 in the SEC and take sole possession of first place in the East. Coach Chad Holbrook after the game on the rediscovered success of ace Jordan Montgomery.
It started with the command of the changeup, and that makes his fastball better, makes it very difficult. He opens up every pitch that he has when he's getting that changeup over. That's his best pitch, and when he's throwing that thing in there, he's very difficult. He threw some good curveballs tonight. He threw some good cutters, threw some good fastballs in. He had about everything going tonight, and it's good to see. That's 3 straight starts for him that looked like the old Jordan Montgomery.
Also of note, Holbrook says the condition of second baseman Max Schrock remains up in the air. Team doctors have yet to determine exactly what virus Schrock has, saying it could be anything from mono to a sinus infection. They will have an update by Monday. The Gamecocks and Gators will square off in Game 2 of the series on Saturday afternoon from Carolina Stadium. For Capital City Sports, I'm Pat Cloney.
After the victory on Friday, the Gamecocks look to go 2 for 2 against the Gators. Let's take it to John Dowdy for his highlight.
After taking Game 1 of the weekend series against the Florida Gators, the South Carolina Gamecocks returned to Carolina Stadium on Saturday for Game 2. They sent Jack Wynkoop to the mound, who's been dominant all season. Let's see if he can continue that.
And indeed he would. He freezes both Richie Martin and Braden Matson at the plate and gets Ryan Larson swinging for his 3 strikeouts on the day. Wynkoop kept the Gators in check over 7 innings of work, scattering 5 hits and only allowing 1 earned run. DC Arendis would get the Gamecocks going in the 5th inning with a single that second baseman Casey Turgeon can't handle, and 3 batters later is Joey Pancake. launching a double into the right center gap just out of Harrison Bader's reach, scoring horrendous and igniting the Gamecock crowd. Marcus Mooney would follow with a single up the middle, scoring pancake from second, and it's 2-0 South Carolina. And in the 6th inning, it's Tanner English with the double down the left field line to score Elliott Caldwell, giving the Gamecocks a 3-0 advantage. After a leadoff single, Jack Wynkoop would be pulled in favor of Cody Mincy, but the Carolina crowd gives him a nice hand for his solid work. Florida would get going in the 8th inning with a double into the left center gap from A.J. Puck, cutting into the Gamecock lead. 2 batters later, Richie Martin would single into right to give Florida their second run of the game. It's 3-2 after 8 innings. Joel Seddon would come in to pitch for South Carolina and will allow a run in the 9th, but would record 5 strikeouts over 5 innings. The teams would go back and forth into extra innings, tied at 3, while the boys get out the rally hats in an effort to break the tie. However, the Gators would come through in the clutch. Justin Schaefer gets a sac fly into center field, and no Tanner English throw can get the runner at the plate. The Gators take the lead 4-3. And there will be no rally in the bottom of the inning. Kyle Martin strikes out to end the game.
Despite the dominant pitching from Wynkoop and Seddon, the Gamecocks could not pull out the extra innings victory against the Gators. They fall 4-3. They'll return on Sunday for the rubber match at 1:30. From Carolina Stadium, I'm John Dowdy, Capital City Sports.
That concludes this week's episode of Capital City Sports. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at CCS on SGTV. I'm Stan Smith. See you later.